Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2025 money reading. It's going to be a tarot and charm reading, so I'm going to dig into the charms first. And we'll see where they want to go in the chart, but this is all about wealth, so any definition of that. Obviously money, finances, investments falls into that, but it could be wealth of happiness, joy, just making sure that you're feeling abundant and prosperous, and just kind of feeling out where the charms want to drop. I saw some movement up here in the top kind of corners where I started to feel them shifting. So I'll start to come down the middle. So we're just going to check in, see what your wealth story is here, June 2025. Quite a bit of messaging. Maybe that's why they were kind of hanging on to each other here. Got some messaging around sort of the current state of your finances. And I feel like there's more. I'm just trying to find the zone here. Okay, we're back in the middle here. Okay. And I'm just gonna put the large witch there and put her back where I felt that she fell. She's kind of large, so just gonna kind of lay her down there. Okay, so we're gonna layer in with the tarot cards and get some messaging about Sagittarius finances, your kind of wealth story, wealth journey, where you're at for June 2025, advice of what's coming up next, maybe. So we'll see what the angels kind of have to share here. Just make sure there's no charms underneath while I'm putting the cards down. I want me to go for these two peeking out here. Okay. I will timestamp below, so if anything's not resonating with you, you can just jump ahead. I'm just going to kind of tune in here, see where they want to start. Just going to see how these charms kind of fell. Kind of tune into them. Interesting story here around kind of this new start and an opportunity and transformation. Apologize, I'm just shifting my chair a bit closer. Maybe we'll start with sort of the current status here. I'm just gonna adjust. Okay. So we have intuition and downloads. So you've probably been having a lot of just gut feelings. Maybe suddenly your finances are on your mind, and you're catching yourself thinking about the next steps. Maybe the status of them, sort of kind of wealth being on your mind, and kind of catching yourself here. I don't think you intend to think about your finances, but it's like they're creeping in here on your mind. Let's put the card here so we can see it. So let's see what the elaboration is. So we have your needs aren't being met at this time, paired with the end, kind of the end of this cycle, the end of your needs not being met anymore. And we have where your current path is taking you. So it's nice to see that your current path is taking you away from your needs not being met, right? Sort of the end here. And with the sloth on the end, I would say this has been slow going. You may be coming out of a period of, maybe extreme saving, or a tighter wallet than normal. Maybe you've had to struggle with money, and maybe that's why it's kind of surprising to you that money's on your mind. Maybe you thought you kind of, you're aware of the status, so it's a bit surprising like that's the energy I'm getting, is it's surprising that money would be on your mind. You feel pretty confident in your knowledge of how things are and how things are going. But it feels like this slow movement with regards to your needs not being met here, like a period here. I guess maybe like slow growth, a period of slow growth in finances. Because it is slow on top of a financial reading. But like I said, it is the end. So the end to this slow kind of period, this long period, this drawn out period. Now, what's interesting about it being paired with the starfish charm, this is all about, a situation nearing its end. So, I mean, it's not over yet. Like, as you watch this, I'm recording in June 2025, but if you don't watch in June, maybe you watch in July. For you in particular, Sag, your situation with regards to turning things around, like the end to your needs not being met, may not be quite closed yet at this time. Like I said, it's a situation that's coming to a close here. It is paired with the charm that's all about, you're about to be seen, or you are being seen, you're being kind of looked at, get out and socialize. So maybe there's opportunity, maybe we'll get into it, but where your path is taking you, because your needs aren't being met, it's, maybe it's reach out and have conversations, or you looking closer maybe at your finances. Maybe that's why they're kind of tuning it into your mindset here. Your angels are kind of delivering to you energetically to just kind of tune in, take a look at your finances, and maybe you'll see a different story than sort of the last time you're looking at it, because again, we have the end, right? So maybe you've checked off more debt than you realize this month. Maybe you've got a recent payment from, I don't know, a government program or grant that you weren't aware that was coming into your bank account at this time. There's some kind of like nice subtle suggestion here to look at your finances, but I think that's where you're going to see that this end, this turn of events, the effort that you've put in, you've begun to turn the tide here on the status of your finances. And then we have my kind of strutting lion here. And as you can see, he's walking towards, right, where your current path is taking you. He's walking towards the sort of finances always being on your mind. Money's always going to be on your mind. And this is usually a warning charm about some kind of incoming temptation, right? Something's going to be shiny and new. Something's going to be flashy. So there might be, sort of this slow trudging of where the past's taking you. Like, don't get sidetracked. Continue to walk towards the right path that you've been on, which is to be mindful of your finances, to talk to who you need to talk to take a look at them, really, to kind of see the status of them, and to kind of avoid this upcoming temptation. It might be an opportunity to maybe splurge a little bit. Maybe something you've wanted has gone on sale, but your money story is not quite there because the end is coming, right? We haven't crossed that threshold yet of having all your needs met here. So just a gentle warning of continue on this positive path and avoid this upcoming temptation that seems to be headed your way. And I know Sagittarians, being one myself, spontaneity is something that we often embrace. So it's good to have kind of this heads up here for us. just seeing where we want to head next here. I feel like they're drawing me up to the corner. So we'll start with my courage and bravery. So we have better opportunity. Actually, coming right after being prepared for shiny new. So, you know, you're going to have courage and bravery when this kind of better opportunity is presented to you. Maybe it's like a golden carrot kind of opportunity. So maybe this is courage and bravery to be able to reject it, right? I just said you know, the deal may not be as good as you think. So, you know, have the courage to kind of hold out, to wait for an even better deal. You know, how many times have we bought something on sale and then maybe 24 hours later the price drops even lower on us, right? There's like a deep discount all of a sudden and it hits us. So there's that kind of level of warning here in terms of the courage to kind of wait out for that better deal. So my witch here, this is all about getting out there. Sorry, I should have said what was on. So what to do next. And we saw here about talking, and I was getting it more interpretive, kind of look at your current status and see if your needs are being met and sort of the progress you've made, you know, some positive progress here on your finances. And then we have the witch saying to get out there and kind of communicate, socialize, you know, kind of what to do next could be further conversations, like you've hit a sort of a, you know, maybe you've checked off a few items, like I was saying, maybe you've checked off some debt. So kind of like what's the next step? So maybe you have to reconnect with your financial advisor. It's also a charm that encourages you to just kind of get out there and have fun. If that's just you out in nature, you doing things that you like. There's things that don't cost money. So, you know, what to do next is maybe find a way to re-enjoy life because money's been on your mind here, right? It's been kind of catching you off guard. So even when you're trying to have fun, it kind of pops back in. So they're still encouraging you to have fun here. And then I have my comforting teddy bear. This is my get well teddy bear, you know, sending you hugs. So there's very much a comforting vibe that's already coming out here. You know, like hugs and comfort from the angels and your loved ones. So you must have been putting in a lot of work here. Like I said, this long kind of period that you've been enduring in your wealth story here, this long journey. It's definitely getting acknowledged. And with the end coming near and the bravery to still kind of hang in there and wait for that better opportunity that's coming to really accelerate you and kind of, you know, accelerate you as we look at the angle of our witch flying, right? It's all about speed and swiftness. So, you know, kind of what to do next is hang in there, right? With the teddy bear, you know, that comforting hug. You've got this. You know, a little bit more, a little bit longer. Kind of dig deep, dig your heels in. And they've paired that with the leaf, the see-through leaf, which is about pretty noticeable transformation. Right, nature's all about regeneration and transforming. The leaves change colors, but this one's see-through, so it's all about people noticing that change or noticeable change that will impact you, and it's focused on this at this time. So I have been saying that there's quite a noticeable effort that I'm feeling and seeing here out of your focus on finances, that your angels, as I said, are keeping you focused on it because they keep putting money and wealth on your mind. And there's a reason why they have you focusing on this. They really want to see this transformation happen. So bravery, you know, try to smile through this because there's some transformation coming here. So it's paired with two really strong cards. We have raise your vibration, expecting miracles. So this is a pretty strong heads up of just how wonderful the kind of what's waiting for you around the corner, sort of the positive news regarding your wealth. So either abundance of happiness and joy is coming in, or abundance of wealth, or both, sort of happiness tied to the wealth. This could be in the form of help. I was talking about kind of unexpected money being in your account over here. I was saying to look at your account, and then you have kind of expect miracles here. So for some Sag, that can be your story. There could be some money that just kind of flowed into you. Otherwise, there's definitely going to be reward after effort and long strife here, a long period of strife financially. Okay. So I'm going to start with this grouping of 3 charms here. They're on curve back spending. So I think this is more connected to the upcoming news, because we already know the current state is your needs aren't being met. So, in one sense, we can save a little bit more if we have to, if we are, giving into temptation, like we saw the caution here. So now we have caution again. But I think it's more this transformation, like when it happens, when this turn of events happens and the sort of glow up in your wealth story happens, this transformation, be careful not to kind of open the wallet too quickly, too fast, to too many people. As I touch my French fries charms, this is all about social gatherings and events. So this is a lot of people. So people might start reaching out. So be careful not to give, continue your saving story. And this was pointing at better option ahead. So we've got better opportunity, better option ahead. And it was pointing at that with regards to curving back spending. So again, a repeat of the same message we got up here about, wait out the deal, like I was using as my example. There's a even better deal waiting for you. So don't spend yet, don't give yet. Keep holding onto your money. And it has I choose strength for better option ahead. It does take strength. It takes grit, right? To hold on to our money, even to fight back, right? Sometimes we need to push back a bit in terms of how we shop, refusal to pay a certain price, and, unfortunately forego your favorite cereal maybe for the month. So that's a way to kind of curve spending as well, kind of being strong in that area. Also on the better option ahead is my bow tie charm. This is a gift. This is good news. This is we have expect miracles, and then we have incoming news, incoming gift on better option ahead here. So there's definitely a keep holding on here kind of message that's coming through in terms of your wealth and abundance story. If this is just about happiness, your level of happiness and joy, it just means that the work that you've been putting in on relationships and connections, if that means cutting people out, allowing new people in, there's a positive turn of events here that's happening. So we have yes, okay, and this is with a celebration cupcake. And this is also about indulgences, but a cupcake's a small indulgence, right? So there's like a soft message here of it's okay to enjoy, right? We had the happiness up here, the childhood, the get out there and socialize, have fun. It's okay to enjoy. There's just a caution here to not overindulge or let others to convince you, right? And as I say that, we have other outer influences at play, and with the notebook. So the notebook's all about lessons, experiences, learning from past decisions as well. So, people, I'm in Canada, so it's summertime for us. So, there's things that happen annually as well, all around. So just making decisions, just learning from the past about what your spending limit should be, how long you should stay out, that kind of stuff. That's sort of the soft, gentle message that I'm getting here. And then we're ending on new start. And my heart within a heart charm with the sort of the exterior heart undefined. This is like finding a new passion, following your purpose. Maybe you had a significant career change, went from one industry to completely a different, or maybe you headed into retirement. So it's finding that sort of following your heart in another area, like allowing yourself the freedom to do that. And it's the right decision for you to do here, new start. So in terms of just wealth, of like happy emotions and wealth of you feeling more at peace, no stress, you're kind of heading towards this new kind of start. Okay. So I'm starting with these two cards of the three cards because they're both very similar. Your guardian angel here is coming forward with quite a lot of gratitude, and then we have holy love, which really just looks like your loved ones from the other side. Where were they? I thought they came. Oh, the teddy bear, right? Here they are coming out again, recognizing effort and acknowledging. I really see this kind of empathy, this acknowledgement of sort of the time that you just went through. It looks like it was quite a struggle. Even the way she's wrapped makes me feel kind of sort of olden days kind of peasant poverty, asking for help kind of energy, and your angel kind of recognizing that you've gone through that. Maybe that's the long period, right? I was talking about unemployment or just having to really cut back and make hard decisions related to money, right? On the mind here. And that also came with listen deeply. In your heart that all the work you've been doing and all the efforts you've been doing is the right thing. We've been getting that message a lot. Here's your courage, right? Your bravery and your courage, kind of holding onto your shoulders here, supporting you. Your loved ones, your angels also supporting you. So it's nice to see this acknowledgement of kind of what you've gone through, Sagittarius, and for the length of time that you've sort of endured and pushed through, and sort of this call for a little bit more bravery. But they didn't spend much time over here on your current situation because it is coming to an end, and everything was all about the new opportunity, the incoming money, the transformation came out twice. So there is going to be quite a shift here in your wealth story. So I look forward to connecting in with you in July, and just kind of checking in and seeing where we're at in terms of the end. In terms of you continuing to embrace your courage to push on through. So, maybe next month we won't have so much money on our mind, and we'll be focused on another area of wealth in the life. So, I'll see you all next month.